of these pages are still stuck together. Like they didn't fully separate in production. Hold on. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Interesting. I never really see that happen. It looks a little fluffy now, but that's all right. This first book is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young, which is a fantasy mystery novel. I picked this up from Megalong Books in Lura in the Blue Mountains. The girl in there was really nice as well. She said she liked my necklace. She said it was cute. We had a little chat and I told her I was like wanting to dabble a bit more in fantasy again, be back in my fantasy girl era. I wanted something not super high fantasy to start with, and she said this was a really good one and she really enjoys her work and would recommend it. A lyrical slow burn mystery with a bit of romance. The main character, when she was younger, her boyfriend was accused of murdering her best friend, but it sounds like it wasn't actually him, or there was something else going on. This is set on a tiny little remote misty island teeming with family secrets or secrets within the community about what has actually gone on in the past and maybe what happened with her friend's murder. And strange things start happening when the now ex-boyfriend comes back to town. It sounds quite melancholic. It's magical realism, so like our world but slightly not, with a hint of magic going on. Guys, by the way, for the longest time I was stupid and thought that magical realism was like magical surrealism. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how. For the longest time I was like, ugh, I don't like magical realism because it's abstract, wacky, fever dream, fantasy stuff going on. But no! Although it's the other way around. So ignore everything I say from now on, please. Also in Lura, from one of the op shops there, I got A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin, which is a young adult novel. The story of a teenage girl who believes she accidentally poisoned her own mother by giving her poisoned tea. Firstly, this cover is beautiful and eye-catching. The artist is Sija Hong. Since I'm wanting to dabble in a bit more fantasy, I feel like young adult fantasy could be the way to go because it's just not necessarily going to be as intense with the world building. A little slow start to ease me in would be nice. Speaking of something slow and easy, I've got The Tao of Pooh, which goes into explaining how Winnie the Pooh and maybe the other characters too are good examples of living by the principles of Taoism. Winnie the Pooh has a certain way about him, a way of doing things which has made him the world's most beloved bear, and Pooh's way, as Benjamin Hoff brilliantly demonstrates, seems strangely close to the ancient Chinese principles of Taoism. While Eeyore frets and Piglet hesitates and Owl pontificates, Pooh just is. I do enjoy learning about different philosophies and religions and ways of going about life. I thought this would be a good little introduction that I know the book Leo talked about ages ago. I saw a different video about Taoism from like a real person, not a bear. And I remembered this book and thought, actually, that could be cute and fun. Why not, basically? A book that I'm really excited about too that I picked up from a Harry Hartog is Sisters of Scandal by Ainsley Harvey. Dirty secrets, wild romps, unruly behaviour, unapologetic rebels, wild seductresses, and badasses galore. History is hot, is what it says on the back, which really caught my attention, as well as the actual cover itself. We've got chapters on Mata Hari, Theodora, Artemisia, Josephine Baker, and many more. Not as famous as they could be or should be, because, as according to one of the facts on the back, did you know that women occupy only 0.5% of the historical record? Meaning 1/200th of historical records are about women in comparison to men. So to balance that out, I want to read about some of these women, including Hypatia, who was an ancient Greek philosopher who taught Sophocles and a few of the other great thinkers, but she's never mentioned. It's always about Aristotle, but Hypatia was the one who taught him, okay? See? Hypatia! I kind of want to read it bit by bit as part of my own personal curriculum, intellectual development time by going through maybe a couple a week or something like that, you know, taking my time. Lucky last, I did pick up some art books recently at an op shop, and while I was there, I also saw this untouched new copy of Honey Eater by Kathleen Jennings, which I believe is a new release. A richly imagined dark fantasy that pulses with the beautiful destruction of a town reclaimed by the natural world. Subtropical Belworth is founded on floodplains and root-bound secrets, and Charlie plans to leave for good, just as soon as he deals with his dead aunt's house. Then Grace arrives, desperate with roses pressing through her skin, and drags Charlie into the ghost-choked mysteries of Belworth, uncovering the impossible consequences of loss and desire, and a choice Charlie made when he was a boy. But peeling back the rumours and lies that cocoon the suburb disturbs more than complacent neighbours and lost souls, and Charlie and Grace are forced to a decision that threatens not only their lives, but all they believed those lives could be. Sounds a bit haunted housey, a bit dark fantasy, a bit literary, with a very interesting cover. So that's my little haul of soon-to-be reads. I hope you enjoyed. Do you have any suggestions for me, or are there any of those books that you think I should start with first? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more bookish content from me, and I'll see you in the next one.